If you have carried out semen analysis and you really don't understand every bit of whatever is written on that report, you have nothing to worry about, because I am here to break all down step by step for you to understand, even if you don't have any medical background. What are we going to be talking about in this video? We are going to look at why you must carry out semen analysis. We'll look at the parameters that are mostly looked out for. We will look at how to understand your results. We will look at what is normal and what is abnormal, what the causes of the abnormalities in the semen analysis are. If you have abnormal results, what you should do. In the video, my name is Sunday Elavanyon, a senior licensed medical laboratory specialist and a medical diagnostic sonographer. Why do we carry out semen analysis? Semen analysis is one important aspect of fertility evaluation in couples that are trying to conceive and things are not working out. It is carried out on the man to ascertain the fertility status of the man. But most of the times when issues of fertility or infertility are being handled, we shift all the concentration to the women. You know that thing, the problem could be coming from the uterus of the woman. Maybe the fallopian tubes are blocked. Maybe the ovaries, there is a problem with the ovaries of the woman. And we spend all the time concentrating on the woman, when the problem could actually be coming from the man. But we are living in a society where when the couples are not giving birth or the woman is not getting pregnant, all we do is to carry all the load on the woman, and the woman is allowed to face all the challenges on her own, which is very, very bad. But you know, when we are talking about issues with infertility, both the man and the woman should be actively involved in the evaluation and treatment of whatever problem it may be. In fact, research has shown that 30% of men are responsible for issues of infertility in their marriages, and 30% of women are also responsible for issues of infertility in their marriages. And 30%, both the man and the woman are responsible for the problem, and 10% from unknown causes or unknown sources. So women and men must be actively involved when it comes to problem or issues with infertility. And what is the semen? The semen is a whitish gray, thick and sticky biological fluid that is produced during ejaculation from the reproductive organ of a matured male mammal. So in this context, we are talking about a man, and the semen is made up of some compositions. You know, we have about 65% of seminal fluid coming from the seminal vesicle of a man. And this seminal fluid contains fructose, which is a source of energy to the sperms. We also have 25% of prostate fluid coming from the prostate gland. And this prostate fluid protects the genetic material of the sperm. We also have less than 1% of fluid from the barbourethral gland. This fluid from the barbourethral gland is responsible for the viscous nature of the semen, and it promotes the motility of the sperms in their environment, or it aids the motility of sperms in their environment. And just about 5% of the component of semen is made up of sperm cells from the testes of the man. What are the parameters that are looked out for? during semen analysis. The liquefaction time, the pH, the volume of semen, the motility and viability, the sperm count, the morphology, the fructose content, the odor and viscosity of the semen. These are the parameters that are mostly looked at for. But as we proceed, there are some of the parameters we are not going to talk about. We are going to concentrate on the parameters that influence the diagnosis. Before we continue, I want you to know that every laboratory has its own standard of running semen analysis, even though they are guided by the World Health Organization guidelines for semen analysis. Let's talk about liquefaction time. Liquefaction time is the time taken for the conversion of freshly ejaculated semen from whitish, thick, opaque, viscous, and gelatinous consistency to a less viscous and translucent fluid. According to the World Health Organization guidelines, the liquefaction time is between 10 to 30 minutes. So anything above 30 minutes is indicative of an infection. We have talked about the parameters that are looked out for during semen analysis. We have talked about the liquefaction time. Let's talk about the volume of semen. The volume of semen is the amount or the quantity of semen you have released into the container to the lab for your analysis to be carried out for you. And this semen volume is recorded in milliliters or in mils. And the normal volume of semen is between 2 to 5 milliliters. So anything less than 2 milliliters or above 5 milliliters is abnormal. If your volume of semen is less than 2 milliliters, it is abnormal, and that is known as hypospermia. What are the causes of hypospermia? Problem one, problem with the collection. Maybe during the act, you were not fast enough to withdraw and release into the container. So some of the semen might have entered. The reason for the low volume of semen you release into the container. Two, partial blockage in the vas deferens or the sperm ducts. Three, infections like STDs. If your semen volume is above 5 mils, that is also known as hyperspermia. And what are the causes of hyperspermia? One, prolonged sexual arousal, long abstinence from sexual intercourse, and the last one is too much intake of fluid. Sperm motility. Sperm motility is recorded in percentage, and sperm motility is the ability of the sperm cells to move or swim in their surroundings or their environment. And this motility is divided into 4 parts. We have from grade A up to grade D. In grade A sperms, these are the sperms that have fast forward progressive motility ability. That is, they move fast forward in a straight line. So we have part of the sperms that falls under this grade A. Then we have grade B. In grade B, these are the sperms that are slow and sluggish. Even though they have progressive forward movement, they don't move fast in a straight line. They progress forward. They have progressive forward movement, but in a crooked or curved way. They don't move straight forward. We have another sperms that also are non-progressive. They don't move at all, but they shake their tail. They show some kind of sign that they are alive. You understand? And the last one, which is grade D, they are immortal. They don't move at all. They are immortal, no movement. And in this grade D, these sperms that are not showing a sign of movement can either be dead or they can still be alive, even though they are not showing any sign of movement. Okay, so normal sperm motility should be equal to 40% or greater than 40%. And this 40% is the summation of grade A, that is fast forward progressive motility, and grade B, slow and sluggish motility sperms come together to form this 40%. So if you have less than 40%, that is an abnormality, and we call that astenosospermia. Astenosospermia could be caused by some factors. One is disorders related to testicular function and male accessory sex glands. It could also be caused by infection like XTDX. If percentage motility is less than 20%, then the sperm viability must be done. The sperm viability is like an indicator of the percentage of sperm quality, or it tells us the percentage of the sperms that are actually alive with intact membrane. And if it is less than 54%, then it is also abnormality, nigrospermia. And the causes of nigrospermia is the same as astenosospermia, that is low motility of sperm cells. Let us talk about sperm count. Sperm count is the amount of sperm cells in the semen that you have collected into the container to the lab for your analysis to be done for you. And this sperm count is recorded in millions per milliliters. And according to WHO, normal sperm count should be above 15 millions per milliliters. Anything less than 50 million is abnormal, and that is oligosospermia. Causes of oligosospermia: 1. Collection problem. Maybe you missed the container, or you were not fast enough to withdraw into the container, so you end up pouring some into it. It could be a reason. 2. Not sticking to the directions given you before the collection of the semen. 3. Medical conditions like 1. Varicocele, an enlargement of the veins in your scrotum, and this can increase testicular temperature, which will end up killing these fragile sperm cells and potentially leading to reduction in the sperm count, the sperm motility, and even sperm morphology. Another one is diabetes, obesity, and retrograde ejaculation. Retrograde ejaculation is when part of the semen divert into the bladder instead of coming through the urethra. You know, the bladder and the urethra are very close, so it does happen at times. Another cause for oligosospermia is exogenous testosterone or steroids. When people visit the gym to build weight, they are most at times given steroids to help build their weight and also to ease fatigue or tiredness. These steroids can affect sperm count. When these steroids are introduced into the body sends high level of testosterone and therefore will shut the body's natural system of testosterone production. Again, negative feedback will be sent to the hypothalamus and the pituitary glands, and there will be reduction in the production of gonadotropin releasing hormone, follicle stimulating hormone FSH, and luteinizing hormone LH. And you know, FSH and LH are very essential hormones for the stimulation of the testes for the production of sperms. Therefore, reduction in LH and FSH means reduction in sperm count or sperm production. And another thing is exposure to toxins like tobacco usage, regular, usage of marijuana and alcoholism. All these things can affect sperm count. And if you don't have any sperm cells at all in your semen, that is also a very big problem, known as azoospermia. Azoospermia could be due to maybe total blockage in your sperm duct. And the last thing is the morphology of your sperms. The morphology is the shape of your sperm. When you look at sperm cell under the microscope, you realize that most of the sperm cells have abnormal shape. They have a very weird shape. And so majority of the sperm cells are abnormal. And therefore, according to the World Health Organization guideline for semen analysis, you should have at least 4% of your sperm to have normal morphology and about 96% to be abnormal. And that is, good. It is not bad at all. And if you have less than 4% of your sperm cell to be, have normal morphology and higher amount of abnormality, that is a problem. And that is called teratospermia. So these are all what you need to know about semen analysis, the terms and the causes of the conditions. And finally, let's look at some of the diagnostic medical terms relating to semen analysis. One is hypospermia, meaning you have low volume of semen. Hyperspermia, you have high volume of semen. Astenospermia, you have low percentage of motility, less than 40%. You have oligospermia, you have low amount of sperm count, less than 15 million per mil. Nomospermia, you have normal sperm count, you have normal motility, you have normal morphology, and you have normal volume of semen. Teratospermia, you have higher percentage of abnormal morphology of your sperm cell. We also have azoospermia. You do not have any sperm count. There is no sperm cells in your semen. So you don't have morphology, you have no motility, zero morphology, zero viability. You understand? That is it. And the last one is nigrospermia. You have low viability of sperm cells, less than 54%. And at times, these diagnostic terms can be combined. Okay, thank you so much for watching this video. Once again, if today is your first time of coming across my channel, kindly hit on the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any video from this channel. Thank you once again. Like this video, share, comment, and subscribe to my channel once again. I will see you in my next video.